So before I sit down to think of the message for today, Sunday, November 3rd, the election crosses my mind. The election coming up on Tuesday. And as an American, I often feel like whenever this happens, I feel like I'm in the middle of some sort of custody battle between a mom and a dad, whether it's two men that are going for the presidency or a man and a woman, it doesn't matter. But let me tell you something that Spirit has to say about the presidential election. A lot of people won't like to hear this. Vote and shut the hell up. In the day of social media, we have so many people being manipulated by fear, by propaganda, that are lacking critical thinking, that think they are doing the world a favor by reposting all of these inflammatory memes and graphics and sayings, most of which are not true. If you're somebody that gets really passionate about the presidential election and you think that by voting a single person into office is going to have some drastic change, there might be some truth to that. But can you name the people in your town that are administrative officers like your select board? Can you name your state representative or your state senators or your governor? Can you name anybody that actually is local to you that has an impact on your community? I want you to think about all of the people in this world that clutch their pearls, get up on soapboxes, preach to the choir, or preach to the deaf, that aren't doing anything but increasing turmoil, stress, anxiety, and are not contributing anything positive. Imagine if everybody who posted inflammatory material about the presidential election shared information about a food drive, or a blood drive, or a charity, or a family in need. Imagine that. Spirit says vote and shut up, or vote and do something that is practical, that has an effect in a positive way upon your community. Because I can guarantee you, posting a meme about Kamala Harris or Donald Trump is not going to create the change that you think it is. It might make you feel better because you're screaming into the void, but ultimately ask yourself, what good are you doing? Now, I do want you to vote, absolutely, whether you're red or blue, conservative or liberal. The card that we have for today is justice. And this was the card that came up after I was thinking about, okay, let's talk about the election. I don't want anybody to be defeatist. I want people to be realists. And that means taking a real hard look at what their efforts are contributing. Now, I know one person I can think of in this world that's on my social media pages, thousands of people. I've seen one person share material that is useful and helpful and contributes to something positive. Her name is Kim. I don't think she watches these, but Kim, if you are watching these, I want to thank you for your efforts to be sound, to be practical, to offer practical, actionable steps for people to take to contribute to positive change. Are we screaming into the void, or are we making the clamor worse? Please consider voting on Tuesday. Please consider doing something positive in your community, like sharing a blood drive or a food drive or a family in need. Those are the actions that we can take that will make our world and a community a much better place in a much faster way.